Here we go. Today is Hulk Hogan Day as Ron DeSantis declared it. Last time I made a video on Hogan, I decided not to specifically talk about a lot of the drama surrounding him. Just because I thought because he died, like, it's a little, it's a little soured, like, doing that right after the man dies. So I decided to wait a few days before I talk about it, say my personal opinion, and then also show you a few other opinions of other wrestlers. I'm not going to show you, like, everyone in the book because that'd be, like, excessive. But here's my certain opinions, which is Hulk Hogan did fuck up. Hulk Hogan did a lot of mistakes. A lot of people that are like bringing up his mistakes forgot that he actually did pay for them. He was kicked off WWE Network. He struggled like making money after that. Like WWE never brought him up or talked about him for years on end. And it took him forever to even be allowed back onto the WWE Network. Like he said something like if his daughter would date a N word, he wants him to be a, I think it was like $100 million N word. But he also had a few other racist comments like that. But my personal opinion is like he already he already was attacked for that. He already was shat on for that. He basically got the Ben Wall treatment, even though I would say what he did is nowhere near as terrible as what happened between Ben Wall. If you guys don't know, that's easily one of the most terrible tragedies within wrestling. Like, it's so bad to this day that WWE is better off never stating his name ever again. Like, deleting him from history is not the right thing. They just leave his name and his matches unlisted on WWE.com. So you can still find them. It just you can't find them searching his name because like they're giving you a chance to look at his matches if you like him, but they're not going to do anything to ever advertise that guy ever again. But anyways, as I continue, he got treatment like that, even though he was like pretty much the biggest WWE star of like the first really big one that people really knew about. Like he brought WWE from the level of just a show that a lot of people watched to something that the entire country and even the entire world looked at and was amazed by. Like I'm pretty sure to this day, the day he picked up Andre the Giant was one of the most momentous occasions in wrestling ever. Pretty much the most viewed moment ever. I don't know if it has been overshadowed. You know what? Let me check. Okay, it's one of the most watched, but it's not anymore the most watched of all time. But I'll still say it. Like at the time, it was the most well-known match ever. Like a lot of kids, they saw Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant, something that quote unquote was never done before. Like a few people have lifted him up, but they just kind of scrubbed it under the rug so that when Hogan did it, it seemed like the most monumental, indescribable achievement ever. Because Andre the Giant by himself was another freak of nature, like one of the wonders of the world, basically, where people came just to see him because of how big he was. And then seeing Hulk Hogan raise him up and slam him through the ground. Biggest wrestling moment ever. But yeah, my opinions on him are he fucked up a lot, but he over time did a lot of things to fix that. Cause like this doesn't make every achievement he's ever had disappear. It is a bad part in his history, but it's not like he's irredeemable. He has he has affected many people's lives and helped them through it. And let me show you Mike Tyson. I think I really think he had the best talk about what he thinks about Hulk Hogan because unlike a lot of other people, like Mike Tyson had a real take, which I love. Mike Tyson didn't sugarcoat himself or Hogan, and that's what I love about like this specific one.
Happened with Hulk, with the whole N-word situation. I know you know about it already, but yeah, him saying the N-word, saying really nasty, racist shit. He's been completely banned from the WWE universe. Do you think Hulk's a racist?
I don't think he's a racist. You know, racist gotta be like, I gotta be like, hell all those, I hope they all die. I don't want them to have nothing. Listen, it's so simple to call somebody a racist now. It's just really simple. It's so easy. Listen, Now, no one said more disgusting, dreadful things about white people than me, and there's nothing about a racist in me. But then when we get in that dark side of our minds, that's the only thing we see, the bad side of our minds. So those are the words we say. You see Italian, fucking Italian mobster again, and you're this, you're that. You see your fucking big, strong, black rapist nigga.
So you don't label someone a racist if they just have a moment like that? You don't think that's the be-all, end-all?
I don't know. They could be a racist, but I know I had those moments and I'm not.
Yeah. I think that's a real take, which is, like, Mike Tyson didn't sugarcoat anything he said, and he's basically saying that he doesn't believe it. He just believes, like, it was a comment that was about someone he didn't like, and he just said things that, like, he probably only meant to say to him, but then everyone else basically took offense at it, like he was directing it towards everybody. I think Mike Tyson's take was great. Probably one of the best takes in this whole Hulk Hogan situation, because he has real takes on lots of stuff, and I love his takes. Now, next one, we're going to talk about Booker T, and then I'll show you a small part of Devon Dudley's.
Labeled Hulk Hogan a racist when he made his comments and whatnot. People label him a racist. If he was a racist, I say a racist would have said, "Man, I'm finna get this sucker fired. I'm gonna do my best to get him out of here." I asked Hulk Hogan, why didn't he get me fired? Why didn't he go to the office and lobby to get me out of there? And he goes, "Most of all, I wouldn't go and try to get another one of the wrestlers fired." The following day in catering, it's crazy. Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan, my brother and myself, we're in catering, and Macho Man Savage sees Hulk Hogan. He says, "Hulk, what do you think about Booker T calling you the N-word?" And Hulk Hogan goes, "Well, if I'm an N-word, I'm a good N-word." And that was it.
So this is a take basically that he doesn't believe it, because Hulk Hogan would have tried to get him fired if he did. But instead, like, his career did flourish. And, like, I remember that moment when Booker T said, like, "We're coming for you." Like it looked like he knew immediately he fucked up and something was gonna happen to him, because he thought he was gonna get fired. Like, I could tell immediately after he said that. He was like, "Oh shit, what the hell did I do? I'm gonna be gone in seconds." But even after that, he had a great career. But yeah, I like his take too. I still like Mike Tyson's more. And I'll tell you Devon's. Devon's is more of, like, he acknowledges all the bad stuff he says, but he gives his perspective. I won't go too deep because it's a great video, but I'd prefer only showing, like, this small clip of it.
It didn't matter if you were white, black, Chinese, Spanish, it didn't matter. You knew that watching Hulkamania during that time was huge. So when I talk about this, I'm talking about it because it did kind of save my life in a little bit. Because I wasn't out there doing what some of these other kids were doing, I wanted to watch pro wrestling. As strong as I felt, I still feel to this day that Hogan was a huge inspiration, like he was to so many. So when those comments were made, I felt like somebody took a knife and jammed it right in my heart. Because someone who I looked up to, someone I idolized, would say those hurtful, foul, disgusting things. And it bothered me for a long time. I got praises for my comments on the Duke and Devon podcast that I do once a week. And then I got, let's say, my butt chewed out a little bit. All because of certain things that I feel and believe to be true. One of them, my very biblical beliefs on a lot of things. And again, I'll start off by saying I am not a man that lives and dies by the Bible, but I am a guy that likes to follow the Bible, because just like so many of us, I mess up just like the next man do, and I ask for forgiveness. In reading some of the comments that was said, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. From a biblical standpoint, the Bible does read, you need to forgive your brother and your sister, because if you don't, then the day that we come up to those pearly gates, he will not forgive us. I didn't know how I was going to react when I saw Hogan again. All I knew was I was hurt. I was extremely disappointed. And I just couldn't imagine somebody who I looked up to, like I said, could say these things. It was only until I saw him later on where he pulled me aside And he let me know, Devon, I'm sorry. That's not me. That wasn't me. I know I was wrong for saying it, and I should have never said it. I just want the world to be able to forgive me, is what he said. Did I tell him I didn't like what was said? Yes. Did I tell him he disappointed me? Absolutely I did. I made my feelings known. It was unfortunate that these words were said, but again, like the Bible says, you have to forgive and forget. Because if you don't, hatred in your heart will consume you.
Yep. But anyways, I thought Devon's was also a good part, which was he acknowledges the words he said it hurt him, but he also said that like it's something that Hulk Hogan like eventually did make up for. And the death of Hulk Hogan is kind of showing a lot of people this thing where there are certain eras in time that we can look back on and say these people were wrong and stuff. But here's my personal belief, which is we shouldn't idolize like our heroes to such a standard that like anything they do could easily like destroy it. Because like some people, they admire their heroes. Then the moment they vote for the wrong person, like they get pissed off, they get angry, and basically they basically choose to completely forget about that person's impact on their life and basically say, "Oh, you ruined everything because you did this one act, even though my entire life I looked up to you. You helped me through this, you helped me through that, and then but this one thing I can't forgive you for." Like the reality is we should stop looking at celebrities as these gods among men and look at them as just people who like got lucky enough to make it, make a big impact on people, and they have flaws of their own. Like there are obviously some things that are completely unforgivable if they happen, and like it's perfectly acceptable whether or not you choose to personally say you like or don't like Hulk Hogan. Now for this one, I'm gonna talk about this small other part. It was related to these people that after Hogan died spent their entire day, like purposefully spent their entire day attacking people who liked Hulk Hogan, calling them trash, like basically bullying them off the internet. Like this tactic has been used for years and years. It's to silence people that, you know, are easily manipulatable because they don't want to ruin their image or something. Like the best thing you could do for those people is don't give them fuel and don't allow them to basically bully you off of the platform or tell you what you can or cannot do. If it's not illegal, if it's not something that's like evil towards humanity, but they bully you for doing it anyways, like the reality is you should look at yourself and say, am I really meant to be on the internet, a site where people happily talk crap about people all day just because they have nothing better to do? This is one with Joey, and it sucked. Basically, these people bullied him and annoyed him to the point where he went off for a bit, and it was all because this mob of people who whine and complain all day, and that's all they ever do. They whine and complain about everything all day because they don't do anything to benefit society. That's the one and only thing they have, and if you took it away, you realize they're nothing more than just jealous, bitter losers that have nothing better to do. Here's what they did to Joey, and I think it was fucked up.
Most loved influencers on the internet just had his whole reputation ruined in less than 48 hours. Popular fitness influencer Joey Swole went viral because he would call out inappropriate gym etiquette, which would garner him a huge following and massive respect, making him one of the most liked people on the internet. That was until Joey Swole was honoring Hulk Hogan for his passing by working out dressed up as Hulk Hogan. After he posted that video, he got huge backlash. People didn't like that he was honoring a guy like Hulk Hogan that was outwardly very ignorant towards certain types of people. It looked like it was gonna blow over until Joey Swole responded.
I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did, and he said something 20 years ago and apologized for it. If you're gonna attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well.
Do you think he needs to do better or an overreaction?
But yeah, the problem is you never apologize to these people because it doesn't matter how much you bend over to them, they will always take more and more. They will always call you trash, they will always shit on you, they will always say you're the worst thing ever. Like, why do you think you hear the term Nazi like every other second? If you agree with 99% of their ideology, then you have one thing that's different. It doesn't matter. You're immediately out of the group. It does not matter at all that you believe in everything else they do. They will bully you and harass you out of it. And let's take these people for what they truly are. A bunch of losers on the internet with nothing better to do that happily attack people because they feel like it. And it gives them empowerment when they successfully bully someone off the internet. Or even there are times when like they bully someone so hard that they sadly, end their life. And a lot of these people still celebrate that too. Like it's obviously fucked up, it's screwed up, but never give attention to these people. Never give them an inch because they'll take a mile and they'll take more and more. They'll never give you credit for anything that you address with them, and they never will. That's the reality. You just ignore them, treat them like losers, move on with your day because those people will always exist and they're literally a joke.
Most loved influencers on the internet.